Welcome back to Fak'd TV News and Unorthodox Sales. This is Gregory Higgins, and you are turned on and into the only place where you can find the real fake news that matters today, and also find the newest and most innovative products of this century. With us today are my anchormen on my left,
Mike Siri, here with stories on how to wash all your worries away, the introduction of Chinese man-eating fish into Vermont, and how vampire ticks are killing hiking flatlanders.
to my right,
Jeff Sumperbond back to let you know the details on how the Easter Bunny was murdered, where to get the latest supercharged pacemakers, and how the new and largest landfill in history will be located inside the ununited states.
and to start us off with a life-saving story is Jeff.
In an effort to reduce the number of drug overdose deaths within these ununited states, a new law is being implemented where now a package of Narcan or other naloxone product is going to be delivered to every American so that they can be prepared when a family member or friend overdoses. The pharmaceutical companies who make these drugs say it's their patriotic duty to offer them to the government at a discount for wide distribution to the population, and they'll come with coupons for future discounts when citizens use up their sample and want to buy more. It should be emphasized that this taxpayer-funded program will be strictly limited only to those citizens recorded in our next census. So if you want to keep your family alive, fill out that census form and remember to check the box that you're a proud American citizen.
Check the box.
Yes.
Without question.
Whether you're a citizen or not.
And Mike, you got a story about Asian carp, northern pike hybrid. I gotta get that straight.
Absolutely. Fak'd TV News, with the support of local authorities, is issuing this statewide sudden and serious warning. We have learned that there has been a sudden and extremely dangerous change in the Vermont fish population. Calls are coming in throughout the state of severe attacks by vicious fish. Based on DNA evidence obtained only at the expense of significant injury and blood loss by researchers, it appears that China has introduced into our waters what appear to be hybrid or of profile Asian carp genetically combined with native northern pike. We suspect that anger over the growing trade war is behind this new threat introduced into our waters. Now, as fishing season gets off to an early start, anglers are reporting that while baiting their hooks to catch fish, the fish are actually flying out of the water and snatching the bait out of their hands before they can get it on the hook. Several anglers have been rushed to hospitals with pieces of their fingers missing. One innovative angler, after seeing how these fish fly out of the water, came up with an inventive idea. He stated all he has to do is to hold the bait above the water and hit the fish with a pipe when they jump up to get it. He then pulls the stunned fish in with a net. It turned into a new type of sport fishing that works best with two fishermen. Another fisherman interviewed told us that these fish are extremely hungry and appear to be growing at a very fast pace. They'll eat anything they come in contact with, and when they take your bait, their teeth cut through your line in an instant. It is suggested that if you want to be safe fishing today, you wear full leathers and a full face helmet. It's expected that once the population of these fish increase, there will be no safe waterway left in the state, and the risk of attacks is expected to reach epidemic proportions when the weather turns warm enough for swimming and paddling. We'll be back with more reports as they come in.
Wow.
That sounds scary.
That is, but I will tell you one thing. I have been putting worms on hooks for a long time, and that's why many people will refer to me as a master baiter. And so I feel very comfortable fishing.
I see. And I guess this is Now, Vermonters have a good reason to carry an AR-15 with them these days.
Absolutely, without a doubt.
But they'll only have 10 shots at the fish under the new law.
Okay, well, hope not too many fish come in at one time, they'll be okay. And for our next story, in another exciting development in executive branch appointments, Joaquin Guzman, better known as El Chapo, perhaps the largest drug trafficker in history, has been nominated by the president to run the DEA in an extraordinary plea deal, the details of which are being kept strictly secret. It is thought that there's nobody on earth with more knowledge of illegal drug trafficking than El Chapo, and his knowledge of trafficking techniques is unparalleled, as proven with prisons in many European countries. No matter how bad a criminal record it is, he has believed that criminals deserve a chance to redeem themselves and help pay their debt to society by making use of their abilities for the public good, rather than sulking in prison and sucking down tax dollars from more productive citizens. White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders explained that El Chapo would be working in the same trade where he has had valuable experience, except this time he would be working for our side, with a very definite ability to take down the largest drug traffickers. It would remove him from a life of incarceration and turn him into a productive member of society with the possibility of becoming a functioning American citizen. Let's get that last word in there.
Yeah, I kind of like the Suckabee Huckabee thing, though. I mean, it's kind of a, it rolls.
It rolls right off my tongue. It rolls off your tongue. It's not rolling off my tongue tonight. And Jeff got our next story for the trade war that's happening right now.
As our viewers are no doubt aware, Red China's refusal to correct its growing trade imbalance with the United States is forcing us into a trade war to stop their economic aggression against American manufacturing and agribusiness. While our victory in the coming war is assured, we must all do our patriotic duty to minimize the impact of the war and bring victory as quickly as possible. For that reason, the government has announced that it plans to offer trade war bonds to help support the trade war effort. These trade war bonds will be used to finance those wealthy corporations most likely to be impacted by the trade war, to help them stay solvent and assure their shareholders of continued dividends despite Red China's efforts to cripple them with retaliatory tariffs on their products. While it's likely that many jobs will be lost in the coming war, investing in these bonds will raise much needed funds to allow corporate management and investors to maintain income and a steady hand at the helm as their corporations navigate the treacherous seas riddled with reefs that the trade war with China will create. So do your part to help fund our country to a swift and sure victory by buying trade war bonds today.
Should I buy trade war bonds?
Yeah, without a doubt.
I think we should send some of those fish back to China across their treacherous seas.
Right.
And Mike, you got our next story.
Many women for the past 50 years or more have started suffering with despair and pains of thrombophlebitis and are having difficulty living with the results of this serious and sometimes debilitating disease. Many sufferers are complaining about the pains of regret, troubled conscience, loss of restful sleep, threats of lawsuits, disturbing visual images, and less than adequate undisclosed settlements. Well, we are here to let you know there is a cure for this horrible illness. You will no longer have to live in the pain and misery because help has arrived. This amazing newly developed drug is amulocillin. This amazing new drug will prove to impeach this debilitating disease that you've all been suffering from and provide the relief you've long been waiting for. And right now it's available through FBI pharmacies and our partners at Onoko Products. So place your order for amulocillin and get that desperately needed relief today.
Muellercillin.
Or a Mullercillin.
A Mullercillin or a Muellercillin?
If we're going to have viewers ask their doctor about it today, we'd better know how to pronounce it.
Send them in the right direction. They're suffering that much. They really need this stuff.
Yeah.
And for our next story, a top ornithologist has leaked information that the U.S. and other world governments have been trying to keep secret to avoid causing widespread panic. Here at Fak'd TV News, we refuse to be silenced by any concerns about the destabilizing panic that our reporting may cause, and only care about providing you the facts as reported by our sources. Penguins are growing increasingly angry by the unreasonably warm temperatures in the Arctic regions. A weather station at the northern tip of Greenland has seen a record 61 hours of above freezing temperatures since January 1st, with the mercury rising to a balmy 43 degrees at one point this winter. An unusually warm heat wave in February at the North and South Poles has elevated the temperatures of penguins' anger so much towards humans that the penguins have staged a revolt. The offensive in the Arctic is particularly surprising, since penguins are only native to the southern polar regions and have not been seen in the northern hemisphere outside of captivity before the recent attacks. Currently, armies of angry penguins have joined together, attacking military outposts to get their flippers on weapons of mass destruction, and they are attacking and killing as many humans as possible as they head their way towards the equator in their quest for complete human extermination. At this point, it has become very difficult to maintain pursuit of the offenders due to their ability to travel great distances underwater. Many fishing boats have succumbed to the attacking climate avengers as they continually push toward the lower latitudes. As they reach warmer climates, they have been seen rising from the water in surprise attacks on seaside resorts, cities of ocean bathers, with devastating results, leaving the ocean red with human blood in their wake. It appears the ocean sharks have become lenient toward the penguin eating appetite as they realize that the penguins are supplying them with many fresh human carcasses. After sending one of our Fak'd TV News on-the-road reporters to get an interview from a penguin leader to verify the ornithologist's report, the penguin interviewed told our reporter, "Go back to your TV station and let the world's human population know that it's too late for them. Shortly, we will be in total control and will have the planet returned back to its natural state of beauty, lacking the plastic and pollution caused by your invasive species. But we are not unreasonable. We have selected a region of Central Africa to serve as human reserve so that your species can continue to exist strictly contained in its natural habitat." Those are scary penguins.
Those are scary penguins, but they're just so darn cute, I just want to, snuggle with
And
them.
then they'll rip your jugular out when you're snuggling them.
Taking advantage of the fact that it's mostly coastal states that have been passing weapons bans, and disarming. I think there's a correlation there.
Well, it could be.
Those-
But, then the penguins are kind of disarming in a
The
different way.
blood-sucking little penguins.
That's true, but
They can poke you with their beak. They
Yep.
just start siphoning all the blood out of you. These bloodthirsty
apparently,
penguins.
yeah, well,
You never
Horrible
know.
creatures.
And for our next bloody story, Jeff, you're taking this one.
This is one unbelievably disturbing story, I'm sorry to report. Vermont state conservation officers, more popularly known as game wardens, recently went to investigate a call that came from a disturbed and concerned citizen. The citizen reported witnessing what appeared to be a blood-soaked 5-foot-tall rabbit being loaded into the back of a pickup truck. The witness made note of the model and plate number of the truck to report to officers. Following up on the lead, the officers arrived at the home of the vehicle owner and upon arriving reported the aroma of barbecued rabbit. They followed the smell and smoke coming from behind the mobile home, where they witnessed what appeared to be an extremely large rabbit roasting on a spit over an open fire, attended by 2 blood-spattered men in camouflage. The hunting season for rabbits ended on March 11th, and the wardens knew right away there was a problem. They immediately placed the 2 perpetrators under arrest, and upon closer examination of the crime scene, found the Easter Bunny's vest, basket, and eyeglasses thrown aside. This is a very sad day for Christian children everywhere, to know that this may be the end of all those goody-filled Easter baskets.
Oh, wow. I'm concerned and disturbed too about that story.
But at least it's a story where the humans prevail over the animals. So got at least one of them this week.
Spit
That's right.
all over the place. And now you got a cure-all tub.
That's
you
right.
gotta
Well,
talk to us about.
some of you older viewers may be depressed that you are getting to that age when your age is catching up with you and you can't get around the way you used to. You can end all those physical difficulties immediately and permanently with our all-new walk-in and end-it-all tub. We know you may be having great difficulty lifting your legs up and getting into that old-fashioned bathtub. We know you're upset with the horrible stench that is emitting from your body and that the few friends you have left are too embarrassed to mention it. Well, we now have the once and for all end-it-all cure. Now that our technicians and engineers at Onoko Products have developed our all-new walk-in and end-it-all tub, you will no longer have to disturb your friends, family, and neighbors with your stench, extended healthcare costs, and hospice visits, because our newly developed walk-in and end-it-all tub will drown you in a restful oxycodone bath to a painless end. The walk-in and end-it-all tub will automatically recognize the end of your pulse, which will activate the body disposal unit located below the tub and instantly reduce you into a finely manageable pulp that will be easily washed down the drain with help of the automated rinse away the elderly shower heads. In combination with our stain-resistant coating and disinfectant spray, there will be no messy remains for anyone to deal with. And when you call to place your order, don't forget to mention us at Fak'd TV News to get a 5% discount. And just remember, you heard it here first at Fak'd TV News, the only place that can connect you to the latest and most ingenious ideas of this century through the help of Onoko Products and Developments.
And end that story all right here.
You know, I just thought of a great slogan for this.
Yeah.
I've fallen, don't let me up.
Okay, Mike.
And I think for people with email, you get enough of those spams about walk-in tubs, that might kind of push you over the edge into using this one.
That's right.
Push you over the edge. I was over the edge before I got here. Now I'm getting somewhere. Sports fans everywhere are concerned over the impact that developing technology may have on games. Recent information obtained by Fak'd TV News shows that those concerns are well founded. Just as fans are getting excited about the new baseball season, we are sorry to have to report that our technology correspondent, while reviewing recent robotic products at a trade show, discovered a baseball-shaped device that can be computer-guided, much like the way a drone is. Yes, that's right. Newly developed computer-guided baseballs can adjust their direction in response to remote control signals from an Apple Watch, smartphone, or laptop. With this new technology, highly trained ball players may now no longer be necessary. Major League Baseball, football, and soccer teams could save a lot by not having to use the highest paid players to win a game. This is a major development that will completely change the way all games are played. Now all a ball team needs is a skilled computer tech and a group of men on a field that look good in a uniform, and the game is over. More information will be reported as it comes in.
Seems like they should work on developing jamming technology.
That there.
Deploy countermeasures.
They can do it on missiles, supposedly. I don't know if that actually works.
No.
People think it might work. We'll find out soon. I hope not, maybe. Or somewhere. I'm
No point in having all those weapons if you don't use them. If you don't, if you build a missile and you don't shoot it at something, it's a waste of tax dollars.
Yeah, that's true, Jeff. That's true. And you got another way to save tax dollars, I think, maybe.
Yes. One of the lesser known problems our country has been facing is a shortage of landfill space as our products become increasingly disposable. The strong recovery under the Trump administration's sound fiscal policies is expected to exacerbate this problem, as people enjoying their tax breaks and pay raises are expected to spend even more money than before on shoddy items that they don't really need. While the liberal media ignores the problem, the administration has taken bold action to address this growing problem. Following the president's trend in repurposing federal lands that would otherwise go to waste, being protected as monuments and parks, a large section of the Grand Canyon National Park will be auctioned off in lots to waste removal companies to provide much-needed landfill space. To avoid interfering with tourism, the areas to be sold off to private interests are those unused, pristine sections located well away from the developed sections that have been built up to accommodate tourists. Making use of this excess wilderness, which is seldom seen other than by a few fringe outdoor recreation fanatics, will put this otherwise useless land to good use serving the American public.
Well, it's about time. You know? Instead of dumping the stuff in the ocean and have it drift around and where you see it on Facebook every day.
That's right.
Yep. No sperm whales in the Grand Canyon to get choked on trash.
That's right. Maybe some... What do they got out there in the Grand Canyon anyway?
Deer,
Rats,
Coyote, probably.
prairie dogs.
ravens.
And now Mike's got our next story about ticks.
Thanks, Greg. Local news flash. Very recently, it has been discovered that due to the severe increase in tick populations across the Northeast, drastic measures must be taken. The horrific truth is that even this early in the outdoor recreation season, over half a dozen hikers from Connecticut and Massachusetts have been found lifeless along their hiking trails, and there is no way of knowing how many other hikers and backcountry skiers may still be lying dead or dying throughout the forests of Vermont and New Hampshire. Investigation of the bodies recovered so far shows that these unfortunate hikers have been completely drained of all their blood. Apparently, there is a new breed of blood-sucking ticks that link themselves together like a net in low-hanging branches, then drop down, covering and attacking their victims by the millions, sending them running to insanity and death as their hearts pump their contents into these blood-sucking monsters. Many pharmaceutical companies are now in a race to create a pill or spray that can be used to defend people from these blood-sucking monsters, after conventional insect sprays have been found to be useless against them. An unnamed pharmaceutical company believes they may have developed a drug which causes the tick biting a user to get so high that they become unmotivated, incapacitated, and fall to the ground, much like the residents of Colorado today. The only problem seen from this drug so far is that it makes a person so high that they can't function properly, well, much like today's Congress. The unmentioned anonymous pharmaceutical company insists that this difficulty will be remedied and is eager to get the newly approved fast-track FDA approval. And if they can't get FDA approved for sales in the Northeast, they will easily sell massive amounts of the product in Colorado and Washington and not lose a dime in the process.
Well, thank you very much.
Very scary between the ticks, the penguins, and the fish. It's
We live in a world of
kind of
blood.
want to stay home
World of
and
blood.
watch Fak'd TV.
Blood-sucking monsters are everywhere.
That's a fact, Jack.
Penguins have gone blood hungry. What can you do now? Well, for our next story. Here at Fak'd TV News, we have an exclusive update for our viewers concerning the moose that was put down by a conservation officer last summer in Mount Holly, Vermont. An individual who had performed necrosis on the moose after it was executed stated that he did not find any brain worms in the moose. This lonesome moose was killed on the premise that it had broken down a fence and tried to befriend a couple of horses, and that its behavior was not normal for a wild moose. This domesticated behavior had been believed to be a symptom of an infection of brain worms. Many moose in Vermont, however, have been examined after death, and results have shown no brain worm disease evident. This particular moose had become a welcome tourist attraction and a beloved member of the community to many of the Mount Holly, Vermont residents. Upon her unfortunate execution, it proves that it is not safe for any wild animal to try to believe that they can be friendly with any human-owned pets or livestock or be welcomed inside a human environment. And for myself, I'm sorry for the loss of our friendly neighborhood moose and the possible baby mooses she could have brought to our community.
Would that be meese?
Moose, mooses.
Or is
Maybe
that one of those that doesn't change from singular to plural? Hard to tell.
There's no one or many. We'll find one. I don't know.
It's a sad story,
Yeah,
whatever.
it's a sad one. The next one, hopefully, will be a happy story, and Jeff's got the next story.
Our latest product is aimed primarily at our older viewers, but with increasing rates of childhood obesity and related health problems, many of our younger viewers should keep this product in mind for the future. Are you currently tired of your current pacemaker? Do you feel lack of energy and enthusiasm for life? Well, Fak'd TV Laboratories, with help from Onoco Products, have developed a new and greatly improved heart pacemaker that will supercharge your life and make you feel like a crazy kid again. Our new pacemaker is powered by nuclear energized sea salt that we import specially from the shores of the Fukushima power plant in Japan. Since studies in recent years have discovered that the seawater here has a special nuclear energized quality that is believed to offer many health and cancer cell destroying benefits, our laboratories have been working night and day to take advantage of the energized water to bring you products for a longer, healthier, and more radiant life. Our new Radiant Heart Pacemaker is our first product. Using sea salt energized salt crystals when sprinkled on your food and cooking will power our all-new pacemaker, provide your heart muscle with a vibrancy that'll make you feel young and athletic again. Even if you were never particularly athletic to start with, you'll feel as if your heart is glowing and shooting off rays like the heart of Jesus in those old religious paintings. Talk to your doctor today about changing your tired old pacemaker, one of our new Radiant Heart pacemakers. This is not your mother's pacemaker, but a new, more energized pacemaker that makes use of space-age technology to help you live life to its fullest. So call your doctor and ask about Onoco products for a more energized life today.
Thank you, Jeff. And seawater, sea salt, current, and Jesus. I guess maybe you'll be able to walk across water too.
That can happen.
Yeah, it's a good possibility. And Mike, you got our next story.
This next opportunity is for our viewers who don't know what to do with their money, are tired of paying commissions to lazy financial managers, and want to try investing it themselves. Are you tired of paying commissions that you know are paying for your financial manager's fancy clothes and expensive automobile? Tired of having to disrupt your schedule so you can talk to them during banker's hours? Well, we have a solution to your problems. Thanks to internet trading and access to international monetary markets, if you sign up with Onoco Trading and make a minimum deposit of $500 now, you will be able to make equity and option trades for the low, low price of only $5. And with our new 24-hour, 5-day trading, we will give you the ability to lose all your money now. How?
All night long.
All night.
All night long.
All night. How can you lose money?
All night long. All night. All night. And that's it. All night is over almost, unless it's day. Well, that's it for our show. This is Gregory Higgins, and I'd like to thank you for taking your time to watch our news tonight. So you guys at home, ladies and children of all ages, sizes, colors, and ethnicities, when the story's too good to wait for the facts, we at Fak'd TV News bring you the news as we see fit. And may you all enjoy a good, clean life, and remember to be honest to the spirit that lives within you. Have a great day and a good night until next time. Mike, could you say good night?
Good night, viewers.
And Jeff, could you say good night?
Good night, and be careful out there.
And that's it for our show.